بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري يسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي الحمد لله رب العالمين. And today, Alhamdulillah, we are starting with the lesson number 9, Madinah book 1, lesson number 9. And as we said earlier on, let me make something clear. After the lesson number 10, we will be having a grammar session. I said previously that as we studied through from the first lesson up to this, the 10th lesson, we came across, or we are not done with the 10th lesson, but in the 9th lesson, so we have seen a lot of basic grammar rules, but we haven't explained them. We just look at it briefly. So after the lesson number 10, we are going to have a grammar session. And then we'll have a couple of lessons that we will explain much on the grammar rules. And this is restricted, or this is for it is only related with the grammar we have came across from lesson number 1 to lesson number 10. So we'll pick them. For example, in the first lesson, was there any grammatical or grammar rule that we learned? In the second lesson, in the third lesson, and in that other. So for example, the mudof ilay, huruf al-atf, ism ishara, what all these basic grammar we have came across. We take them, and then inshallah we are going to explain it more elaborately, inshallah. So that will be the next step after the 10th lesson. So the next lesson we complete, we'll go to the grammar lessons. And before we will now go and continue with the lesson number 11 to lesson number 23. Lesson number 23. And that will be for the book 1. Inshallah. So let's start here. We are looking at lesson number 9. Right? Lesson number 9. I hope you can see. Okay. Ad-darsu at-tasi', lesson number 9. And as we have this lesson, we are going to learn something that we call an-na'at wal-man'ut. It is also a basic grammar rule. And that will be the main theme of this lesson. So as we have always been doing, let's explain something small, then we come and read from the book. Okay. An-na'at wal-man'ut. This is what we are looking at. An-na'at wal-man'ut. An-na'at wal-man'ut. It is not something strange. It is something that we have in English language and even other languages. So an-na'at simple means a sifa, or in English what we call an adjective. And then al-man'ut is the noun that is what? Qualified by an adjective. The qualified noun. I hope that is clear. So that's simply what we mean by an-na'at wal-man'ut. Hope that is clear. So observe here. Here. For example, if you should have this sentence or if you should have this in English, this phrase, a new house. You can observe that the new, this word new is what? Is an adjective, right? And then this house is a noun that is qualified by this adjective, right? So this adjective is what we mean by an-na'at. Hope you can see an-na'at. And then the house is the noun that is qualified by the adjective. Or that is then, the adjective is describing that noun. It is the noun described by the adjective. So it is what we call al-man'ut. So that's simply what it is about. So observe here, the adjective, they're talking about the na'at. So for example, as I said, you have a new house. In English, it will be, in Arabic, it will be baytun jadidun. Baytun jadidun, a new house. So the baytun is the house, right? And that's what we said, the man'ut, the word, the noun described by the adjective or qualified by the adjective. And then new, jadidun, is the na'at, the adjective. So that's what they're saying here, the adjective. The adjective. Here, this is the adjective. The word that describes or defines a noun is called the na'at, na'atun, or sifa. It is also called sifa. It's another name of the na'at, sifa. Okay, I hope that one is even more common, sifa, sifatu, sifatun. So that's what we call na'atun. And then the man'ut. So here, the noun being described or qualified is called man'ut or al-mansuf or mansufun. Man'utun or mansufun. I hope that is clear. Okay, there's nothing confusing here. So in Arabic, but how it is written is different from how in Arabic is different from how it is written in English. Like if you can observe here, a new house, right? A new house. So the adjective comes first. In English, that's always how it is. An old man, the adjective comes first. A new teacher, the adjective comes first. A new house, the adjective comes first. You see, a beautiful bag, the adjective comes first. An old book, the adjective comes first. In all conditions, when you're describing something in English, the adjective takes precedence. The adjective comes first, followed by the noun. But in Arabic, it is the reverse way. In Arabic, you can see here, Baytun jadidun, a new house. You see, Mudarrisun jadidun, a new teacher. So always the noun in Arabic, the noun will rather come first, then followed by the adjective. Like here, Baytun, house, jadidun, new. So baytun jadidun, a new house. So that's what they're saying here. In Arabic, the adjective comes after the noun. It qualifies as opposed to how it is structured in English. So I hope that is clear. Okay. So still explaining in Arabic, the adjective, that is the na'at, and then the qualified noun, the man'ut, should be in agreement in the following four. Should be in agreement in the following four. Let me explain something here. If you are saying, the last time I give a particular example, if there is a child, a boy, and then a girl, and you want to describe them, for example, the boy, you don't use what? Beautiful for a boy, right? For example, you say a handsome boy. Now you use a beautiful girl. So different adjectives used to describe. The adjective is, they are different in terms of gender. So when you're using male, you use a particular adjective. When you're using female, you use a particular adjective. And that is only for some adjectives in English. It's not all adjectives. There are other adjectives that is used for whether it is male or female. For example, old, an old man, an old woman. There's no restriction whether this adjective. It's only few words that are used for adjectives. Few adjectives are distinguished for male and female. But however, in Arabic, it is different. Arabic, everything, as I told you previously, an adjective is always distinguished for male and female. There's always there's no, it's hardly you see a particular adjective that is used for both male and female in Arabic. There has to be a distinction. And most of the time, the distinction is just by adding the ta marbuta. You have seen it. So, in terms of gender, there is going to be a differentiation. In terms of whether definite or indefinite, there is going to be a differentiation. The vowel case, there is going to be differentiation. The number, there is going to be a differentiation. So, if you let's enter into it, then to become clear for us to see. Okay, observe here. Bintun sogiratun. Bintun saghiratun. Bintun means a daughter. For example, you can see I have a daughter and a son. So that daughter. So daughter, bintun. Waladun means son. Son. Okay, or a child, but mostly a male child. So bintun is daughter, specifically a girl. So bintun sagiratun waladun wa waladun sagirun. So you see, this sagirun, so this sagirun is an adjective. Sagiratun is the same adjective. But why is it that you can see here is having ta marbuta, but here is not having ta marbuta? This is this adjective and this adjective, they are the same. They both mean small, a small daughter, and then a small son or a small child. You see, a small male child or a small son. But what the differentiation is, because this is talking about a male, that's why there is no tamabuta. But this is not talking, this is in a reference to a female daughter. So a tamabuta had to be added. So that's what we are saying in terms of gender. If you are using an adjective for a male and a female, you can use the same adjective for a male and female. You have to distinguish it by most of the time adding ta marbuta. That's what I'm saying. So as you can see, bintun saghiratun, because you are talking about a female. For example, you can also have, for example, a book, kitabun. If you want to say a small book, kitabun saghirun, a small book. Why? Because kitabun is masculine in Arabic language. But if you should have hakibatun, a bag, hakibatun, you can see tun. So the term marbuta signify it is feminine. So hakibatun, if you now want to say a small bag, you don't say hakibatun sagirun. You say what? Hakibatun sagiratun. So that's what I'm saying. A female noun must be qualified by a feminine adjective, and a masculine noun must be qualified by a masculine adjective. And most of the time, masculine and feminine adjectives are distinguished by simply adding ta marbuta to the masculine one. Most of the time, not all the time. Okay. So we have here indefinite or definite. Indefinite or definite. Nakira or ma'rifa. I think we have seen this a bit. Talibun jadidun. Talibun. If you see talibun, what does it mean? A student, right? The tanwin signifies indefinite article. Okay, and then here too you can see at-talibu, the student. So we have here, just consider here talibun, a student, and I will have at-talibun, the student. So now you want to say jadidun means new. You want to say a new student, but here you want to say the new student. The new student. A new student, the new student. A new student, the new student. If you are adding the adjective new to the talibun and then at talibun, you see here the adjective, if the noun is having tanwin, the adjective must also have tanwin. And if the noun here is having alif walam, if you are adding an adjective to describe it, the adjective should have alif walam. So that's what we are saying. I hope that is clear. An indefinite noun, as you can see here, must be qualified by an indefinite adjective. And a definite noun, you can see here, alif walam, must be qualified by a definite adjective. I hope that is clear. So that is what we are saying here. Here you can say talibun al-jadidu. Talibun al-jadidu. Because this one is not having alif walam, the noun you are talking about is not having alif walam. This one too shouldn't have alif walam. It must take the pattern in which the noun is. If it is having tanween, it should also have tanween. If it is having alif wa lam, the adjective should also have alif wa lam. So we have seen two rules so far. If the noun is having ta marbuta, or if the noun is feminine, the adjective should have ta marbuta, or it should be feminine. If the noun is masculine, the adjective should be masculine. And then if the noun is having tanween or alif wa lam, definite or indefinite, the adjective must also be in that form in which the noun is. Okay. And the third one is the vowel case. The case ending, the i'rab, whether it is marfu'un, ending with dhamma or dhammatain, mansubun, ending with fatha or fathatain, or majrurun, or ending with kesra or kesratain. Or it may not be that, but as far as it depends on the form in which the noun is, okay. So we have here haza baytun jadidun, haza baytun jadidun, ana fi baytin jadidin. So that's what we are saying. If the noun, the vowel ending, if the noun, the form in which the noun is ending, if you are describing a noun, if the noun is ending with dhamma or dhammatain, the adjective should also end with dhamma or dhammatain. If the noun is ending with fatha or fathatain, the adjective should also end with fatha or fathatain. If it is ending with kesra or kesratain, the adjective should also end with kesra or kesratain. So that's what we are talking about. If it is marfu, the adjective should be marfu. If the noun is mansub, the adjective should be mansub. If the noun is majrur, the adjective should be majrur. So haza baytun jadidun. So you see dhamma. Even if it was one dhamma, here should have been one dhamma. I hope that is clear. But if it is kesra, here should also be kesra. If it is fatha, if this one was fatha, the adjective should have been fatha as well. So the adjective and then the noun, they must be in agreement. As you can see here, they must be in agreement, meaning they must have the same, vowel ending. The vowel case, the ending, on the last letter. So for example here, ana fi, so this is a half a jar, it will affect it. So ana fi baytin, not baytun, half a jar. So ana fi baytin, I am in a house, and now we want to say a new house. So if you are bringing jadidun, it was initially jadidun, because this now you are bringing it to qualify is having kesra, kesratain, of course. It need to also have kesratain. I hope that is clear. So that's what we mean by the vowel keys. The i'rab, they must follow each other. So please observe. Take note of that. Then we have the last one here, which is number. You have this last one, which is the number. The number. Okay. So here, if you are, this is not so in English. In English, if you are describing one person or several people, use the same adjective. For example, you see new student, you see new students, you see new student, new students, you see new book, new books, you see new pen, new pens, new school, new schools. The thing is that in English, when you are describing the adjective in terms of number, the adjective doesn't matter whether it is one, it is two, or it is, plural. You use the same adjective for it. But in Arabic, it is not so. In Arabic, if you are describing one person, the adjective, the spelling or the adjective, and then if you are talking about dual, if you are describing two people, the adjective should be different. If you are talking about three or more people, the adjective should be different. It's not just that it is different adjectives, but most of the time it just a little bit of change of spelling, just add on something to signify that you are talking about. So that's why I say Arabic is more specific, very, very specific. Most of the thing here, we don't have it in English, right? Of course. So here, but in Arabic here, if I'm just mentioning a particular adjective, you can determine whether I'm talking about one person, two people, or three or more. I mean, plural. For example, here, kitabun kabirun, a big book. Kabirun, book, a big. Kitabun kabirun, a big book, right? But right now, kitabani, two books. Let me tell you something. In Arabic, if you want to form dual of something, for example, kitab, a book. If you want to see two books, you will have to add alif wa nun. I hope you can see it. So kitabani, instead of kitabun, just add alif wa nun, like you can see here, to make it kitabani, two books. The same way kalamun, kalamani, two pens. You see that? Hakibatun, a bag. Hakibatani, two bags. Sarirun, a bed. Sarirani, two beds. And then now you want to form the plural, add alif wa nun to it. Alif wa nun, and it will mean the dual. I hope that is clear. So the same way, if you are talking about two books, you won't come and put two here. Like in English, we say two books. Two books. You just simply add alif wa nun, kitabani, and it will mean two books. You don't have to add two. I mean, just add the number two to it. So here, kitabun, kitabani, because you are the number, I mean, they are different in terms of number. Like here, we are talking about one book, and here you are talking about two books. If there is an adjective to describe them, the adjectives must also vary. And here, so for example, kitabun, kabirun, a big book. But here, kitabani, two books. And now you want to see two big books. Two big books. As far as you have added alif wa nun to it, you should add the alif wa nun to the adjective. I hope that is clear. So, kitabani, kabirani. So you see, kitabani, kabirani, two big books in Arabic. So that's what I'm saying, the adjective. Here kabirun, but here kabirani. So you see the adjectives vary when the noun they are talking about are different in terms of number. In terms of number. I hope that is clear. As we go further, we'll study this, the plurals of adjectives. We'll study that. We'll study it, inshallah. So don't let it confuse you. If it is not very clear to you, there will be a lesson for that specifically. Hope that is clear. So let's continue. We are starting with, so let's read from the book. Okay. Man has a rajul. Man has a rajul. Right? So there's a man here. They are asking about him. Who is this? Who is this man? Huwa Abbasun. He is Abbas. Abbasun tajirun. Abbas is a merchant. Abbasun tajirun ghaniyun. Abbasun tajirun ghaniyun. So ghaniyun is what? Is an adjective, right? So this is an adjective describing this. So that is what I'm seeing. They followed each other in all the four rules. Observe these four rules, please. Take note of them very, very well. These four rules will apply it a lot. So here, Tajirun Ghaniyun, a rich merchant. Ghaniyun means rich. Tajirun means a merchant or a trader. So he's a rich trader or a rich merchant. So you can see if the adjective obey all the four rules we mentioned. Here it is Dhamma. Dhamma 10 marfu. Here it is also having Dhamma 10. Dhamma, specifically Dhamma or Dhamma 10. You are talking about the vowel, whether it is Fatha or Kesra or Dhamma, and it is Dhamma here and it is also Dhamma here. The second one is it is Tanween, not just one Dhamma. So here can have one Dhamma and here we have two Dhammas. As far as he is having tanween, here should also have tanween. The adjective should also have tanween. It is not having alif wa lam. So of course, the adjective is not also having alif wa lam. You see, and it is singular. Tajirun is just one merchant. Ghaniyun is just also one rich person. If they were to be plural, we say aghniya'u, rich. I mean, that's the plural of rich. But here, just say Ghaniyun, one person who is rich. So the adjective is one. The reason to is, sorry, the noun is one. The adjective is also one. As I said, we'll learn the plurals of the adjective. Don't let it bother go for now. I just know that it is one. So here, Hamidun Mudarrisun. Hamid is a teacher. Hamidun Mudarrisun Jadidun. Hamid is a new teacher. So you can see tanween here, tanween here. There's no alif walam, no alif walam. Marfu'un, marfu'un. It follows all the rules. Okay. It must. So here, Maw-izah. They are asking about this. Maw-izah, what is this? So answer it. Haza tufahun. Haza tufahun. This is tufahun. Ma ma'na tufahun? What is tufahun? Apple. The apple is called tufahun. Haza tufahun. This apple. At-tufahu fakihatun. The apple, fakihatun, is a fruit. Lazizatun, delicious. Lazizun means delicious. Or lazizatun. It's initial lazizun. That's the by default lazizun. Delicious, but when it is used for masculine. But lazizatun, just add the term marbuta to mean what you are describing is feminine. So you see, number one, the first rule was what? Gender. You can see here, it's having ta marbuta. Fakihatun means fruit, but it is having ta marbuta to mean that it is feminine in Arabic. So instead of lazizun, you also have to add ta marbuta to the adjective. So that's what I'm saying. They must follow each other in terms of gender. If this is masculine in spelling, this should also be masculine in spelling. If it is feminine, this should also be feminine. Then this is having tanween. This is also having tanween. Then this is marfu. This is marfu. Then this is singular. This is singular. Okay. Ma zalika. What is that? Meaning there is something that is far away. Right? Zalika, far away. What is that? What is that? Here. So he answered, Zalika usfurun. Zalika usfurun. Zalika usfurun. Ma ma'na usfurun? What is usfurun? Usfurun is this one, sparrow. Type of bird, a small one that they call a sparrow. That's what we call usfurun. Usfurun. Al-usfuru ta'irun saghirun. Ta'irun saghirun. Ta'irun means bird. Saghirun means small. Like I was giving the example, bintun saghiratun wa waladun saghirun. So ta'irun saghirun. So not saghiratun, because this one is not having ta marbuta, it's not feminine. Ta'irun saghirun. The usfuru, this one, this bird. Ta'irun saghirun is a small bird. It's a small bird. Al-Arabiyatu lugatun. The Arabic here. Al-Arabiyatu, Arabic. Lugatun is a language. Sahlatun, an easy language. An easy language. I hope that is true. Yes. Al-Arabiyatu, Arabic. Lugatun means language. So you have Lugatul Arabiya, Arabic language. Lugatul Englishia, English language. Lugatul Farasiya, France. So Lugatun means language. Yes, a language. Sahlatun means sahlun is initial from sahlun, easy. But sahlatun ta marbuta. Why? Because lugatun, you are describing a noun that is feminine. So easy language. This is an adjective of this one. So this is na'at and this is man'ut. This is na'at and this is man'ut. This is na'at and this is man'ut. I hope that is clear. Okay. So continue here. They are saying Al-Arabiyatu lugatun jamilatun. The Arabic language Lugatun is a language. Jamilatun is a beautiful language. So you see here, ta marbuta, tanwin, tanwin, singular, singular, marfu, marfu. Okay, ammarun, talibun, mujtahidun. Ammar, that's the name of someone. Ammar, talibun mujtahidun is a hard-working student. Mujtahidun means hard-working. Mujtahidun, hard-working. Talibun is a hard-working student. Wa Mahmudun talibun kaslanu. And Mahmud is a lazy student. Lazy. Kaslanu means lazy. Talibun kaslanu is a lazy student. So for example, Allah says in the Quran, وَلَا يَأْتُونَ الصَّلَاةَ إِلَّا وَهُمْ كُسَالَى. It's coming from this word, kaslan. It's just mubalagha, silatul mubalagha. But they are similar. They are from the same word. وَلَا يَأْتُونَ الصَّلَاةَ إِلَّا وَهُمْ كُسَالَى. Allah is talking about the hypocrites. They don't go to pray. They don't, come to prayers, except they are lazy. They don't want to pray, but because people are there, they just want to show up so that people will see that they are also present. So they just come and with laziness. So kaslanu means lazy, someone who's lazy. So Mahmudun talibun kaslanu. Mahmud is a lazy student. Man anta, so don't be this one. Kaslanu, don't be kaslanu. Man anta, who are you? Who are you? Ana talibun, I am a student. Anta talibun jadidun, are you a new student? Anta, so hamzatul istifham, alamatul istifham. You can remember. Anta, are you talibun jadidun, are you a new student? Jadidun means new. Naam, yes, yes. Ana talibun jadidun, I am a new student. I am a new student. So Naat, man'ut. Naat, man'ut. Okay, I want to say something. Please observe here. You can see that here is having tanwin, but here is not having tanwin. I hope you can see it. Tanwin. But here is not tanwin. But we said they must follow in terms of, definite or indefinite. Nakira or ma'rifa. Right? So why? Limaza. Why? Limaza. Why? Tanwin. And here is not having tanwin. But we said if it is having tanwin, like here, this one should also have tanwin. Two vowels. Here should also have two vowels. The adjective and the noun that is being qualified. But here, the simple thing is that this thing is something that is strange. We are going to learn them. It is called mamnu'un min as-sarf. Mamnu'un min as-sarf. We'll look at it later on. So don't be confused. Just know that it is a particular reason that has caused it to be so. So we'll look at that exception, that small exception. We'll learn it. I think in which lesson is that? Yes, in the coming lessons. We'll learn it, inshallah, very soon. No min as-sarf. Okay. So look at here. Ikra waktub. So they have read that right. Muhammadun talibun qadimun. Muhammad is an old student. Qadimun means old. Muhammadun talibun qadimun. So na'at man'ut. Azalika rajul mudarrisun jadidun, is that man. Sorry. Yes. Is that man. Azalika rajul. So this is what? Al-badal. When an ism ishara with alif wa lam comes after, when a noun with alif wa lam, you can see here, comes after ism ishara, it is called a badal. So is that man mudarrisun jadidun, a new teacher? La, huwa tabibun jadidun. Rather, no, this is no. Huwa, no, not rather, this means no. Rather is bal, but this one is la, no. Huwa, he is. Tabibun, a doctor. Jadidun, a new doctor. new doctor. هذا درس سهل. This is an easy lesson. Of course, this lesson is easy, right? Very easy. Just نعت ومنعوت. The adjective and then the qualified noun. هذا درس سهل. This is an easy lesson. عباس تاجر شهير. عباس تاجر شهير. Abbas is a popular merchant. Shahir means famous, someone who is popular, someone who is well known, so called Shahirun. Shahirun, famous. So Abbasun Tajirun Shahirun. So Na'at wa Man'ut. Bilalun Muhandisun Kabirun. Na'at wa Man'ut. Al-Ingiliziyatu. Lugatun Su'abatun. English language is a difficult language. Su'abun. Su'abun means difficult. But Su'abatun. Why? Because lugatun, ta marbuta. So you add the ta marbuta. Su'abatun means difficult. It's the opposite of sahlun. Sahlun means easy. And then Su'abatun. Su'abun, depend on what you are describing, is difficult. So, An-Na'at wa Man'ut. A'anta rajulun ghaniyun. Are you coming? Just a few minutes. Okay. So, A'anta rajulun ghaniyun. Are you a what? A rich man? So this is the adjective. La, ana rajulun fakirun. No, I am a poor man. So this is the adjective. So we are going to A'anta mudarrisun qadimun. This is the adjective. That's the na'at. La, ana mudarrisun jadidun. This is the adjective. That's the na'at. Hamidun talibun kislanu. This is the adjective. La, huwa talibun mujtahidun. It's the adjective. Al-Qahiratu. Al-Qahiratu is just Cairo. Cairo in Egypt. Yani Egypt. Cairo. Al-Qahiratu. Cairo. Madinatun kabiratun. Madinatun kabiratun. So, Madinatun means city. Any city is called Madinatun. But Medina specifically in Saudi Arabia is Madinatul Munawwara. The last time I explained it. And it is just shortened form to be, yes, Medina. But Medina means any city you can call Medina. So like your city, the city in which you live in your country. So you can say Madinati, my city. Okay. So, Su'abatun, difficult, is the adjective. Kabiratun, big, is the adjective. Sahlun, easy, the adjective. Shahirun, famous. Jadidun, new. Jadidun, new. Qadimun, old. So you can see the adjectives. That's the na'at. And na'at we have seen. Hope you can see it very well. And then this one is the man'ut, the qualified noun. Man'ut. Tabibun, darsun, rajulun. Sorry, that one is not. Tajirun, muhandisun, kabirun. Lugatun, su'batun, rajulun, ghaniyun. So we are identifying the man'ut, the qualified noun. Rajulun, fakirun. Mudarrisun is the na'at. Mudarrisun again. Talibun. Madinatun. So I hope you can see. So these are the na'at wal man'ut. Na'at wal man'ut. I hope that is clear. Okay, Wasil, let's continue. So we have here, they are asking us, they are giving us an assignment. Here, ضع في الفراغ في الجمل الآتية نعتا مناسبة. So what they want is that fill fill in the spaces here, the blank. So here, fill in the blank in each of the following sentences with a suitable adjective. So we are going to fix an adjective that best describe these nouns here. There are nouns here. So give any adjective of your choice that best fit it. So Khadijatu, Talibatun. Then you give an adjective. Khadija is so and so student. So give a description, a particular adjective that will qualify student. And it will be a complete sentence and meaningful. I hope that is clear. So we are going to do here. Then we leave this part to the student. As we said, most of the time we want the student to participate. Of course, to improve their understanding. If you just do everything for you, you think that you understand, but indirectly you may not understand very well. So that's why we will leave this one here to you. Some of the assignments we usually give to the students to do, and then we will provide the answer. We provide the answers. You can check it up. I mean, the answers are provided in the description. It depends on where you are accessing, of course. The answers will be provided, and you can cross-check and compare with your answer, inshallah. So here, Khadijatu Talibatun. So you can see Jadidatun. Khadija is a new student. Al-Arabiyatu Lugatun Sahlatun. Arabic is an easy language. Al-Fakihatu. Sorry. At-Tufahu, the apple. Fakihatun lazizatun is a delicious fruit. Fakihatun means fruit. Lazizatun, delicious. Muhammadun tabibun. So you can say Muhammadun tabibun shahirun. Shahirun means famous. Tabibun, doctor. So Muhammad is a famous doctor. Tabibun shahirun. Just put any adjective. You are not restricted. You are free to put any adjective you want. Okay. Anta talibun. So he is asking someone. Someone is asking another one. Anta talibun. You can put jadidun. Are you a new student? Anta talibun jadidun. New student. So as I said, please try this one. Any adjective, but make sure that all the 4 rules are obeyed. Okay. So have here another exercise. ضع في المكان الخالي الجمل الآتية منقوطا مناسبا. So you are supposed to, it's almost the same thing. Fill in, fill in. Here. So here, fill in. You can see, fill in the blank in each of the following sentences with a suitable man'ut. So here they have provided adjectives. It's the opposite of what we did here. I mean, the previous one. Here they have given you adjectives. And now you should choose nouns for these adjectives. And it will make a complete meaning, a reasonable meaning. So Arabiya too, Arabic language. So you put Lugatun Sahlatun. It's an easy language. Lugatun Sahlatun. Ammar. So you can put Talibun Ghaniyun. It's a rich student. Talibun Ghaniyun, rich student. Faisal. You can put whatever you want. Tabibun Keslanu, a lazy doctor. Tabibun Keslanu, a lazy doctor. Ana something Qadimun. You can put whatever you want. So you can say Ana Talibun Qadimun. I am an old student. Haza You put a noun you want. Maksurun. Maksurun means what? Broken, right? So you can put in a noun that is man'ut. So that's why you should fill in with man'ut, the noun that is described, a qualified noun here. So haza, you can see maktabun maksurun. This is a broken table. Okay. Okay. Iqra, read. Right? Read. Here. Read. Kazlanu, jaw'anu, atoshanu, mal'anu. So you can see they have a particular ending. Alif wa nun, alif wa nun, alif wa nun, alif wa nun. One dom, one dom, one dom, one dom. So these particular nouns, as I said, we are coming to look at them in a particular lesson. The coming lessons. There's one lesson where we will look at it elaborately, look at it more into details. But they are just called mamnu min as-sarf. They are from the mamnu min as-sarf family of nouns. So keslanu, for right now, we just learn the meaning. Keslanu, I already told you, it means lazy. So you can say, ana keslanu, I am lazy. But you shouldn't be lazy. Okay. Jaw'anu. Jaw'anu. Jaw'anu means what? Hungry. Hungry. Someone who needs food. Jaw'anu. Jaw'anu. So you see, jaw'anu. It needs food. You are hungry. Okay. Atoshanu. Atoshanu. Atoshanu means tasty. Tasty. You are tasty. I am tasty. So you can say, ana atoshanu, I am tasty. Ana jaw'anu, I am hungry. Mal'anu. Mal'anu means full. Full. When something is, for example, a cup that is full of water, you say mal'anu. So you can say al-kub. That's the cup. The cup is called al-kub. The cup. So you can say al-kubu mal'anu. The cup is full. Mal'anu is full. Or you can say al-ghurfatu mal'an. The room is full. Or al-faslu. The classroom, al-faslu mal'an, is full. Yani with student or whatever has filled it. Okay? So that is it. So have here, ana jaw'an. Ana jaw'an. I am hungry. I am hungry. Anta jaw'anu. Are you hungry? La. Ana atoshanu. No. I am tasty. Ana atoshanu. لماذا المدرس? Why is the مدرس? ما معنى مدرس؟ ما معنى What is مدرس? Okay. لماذا المدرس غضبان اليوم? Why is the المدرس is the teacher? Why is the teacher غضبان اليوم? As I said, غضبان means it's not even here. You haven't seen it, right? Okay. كسلان, جوعان, عطشان, ملآن. Lazy, جوعان, hungry, عطشان, tasty, ملآن, full, غضبان, angry. Angry. So for example, someone came to the prophet. He came to the prophet and said, Al-Sini told the prophet to cancel him. So the prophet said, La taghdab. This is a very famous hadith. La taghdab. You see, it is from the same word. Ghadban. La taghdab. That's the command form. We'll learn it later, inshallah. These forms. So he said, don't become angry. Several times, 3 times the prophet repeat, La taghdab. From this word, similar word. Similar origin. La taghdab. Don't become angry. Don't become angry. Don't become angry. So, So they are saying لماذا المدرس غضبان اليوم? Why is the teacher غضبان angry اليوم today? Angry with angry today. I mean, so here observe something اليوم. Okay, we'll look at it later. اليوم. So why is the teacher angry today? So someone is asking. Al-Kubu Mal'a. So you can see that's what I was saying. Al-Kubu Mal'an. The cup Mal'an is full. Maybe there's water in it or something in it. Al-Kubu Mal'an. The cup is full. Okay, but here, observe here. Kadbanu. I want to say something small about it. Kadbanu, as I said, is from, it means angry, right? Right now, what we know is that anger, I want to say something small about anger. Anger is something, it is among the diseases of the heart, not physically, spiritually. Among the diseases of the heart, it is not befitting for me and you or any Muslim, any person to be angry. Anger, as I said, I'm repeating, is from the maradul qulub, from the diseases of the heart. And it takes a lot of effort to remove it from our hearts. So we have to try our best. We have to try our best to make sure that we don't have this problem in our heart of getting angry, of getting angry, of getting angry. If you are someone who can easily get any small thing, you are angry, not just in it, you get angry, it is something that is not good. We have to remove it from our heart. We have to remove it. It is only Allah Azza wa Jal who has the right to be angry. We human beings, we own nothing. We own nothing. So we in ourselves, we don't have the right to be angry. We don't have the right to be angry. Even our body is an amana from Allah. So for example, when someone does you something, you think that the person has violated my right, right? But first to begin with, even your body is an amana from Allah. So as I said, it is only Allah who has the right to be angry. There are a way of dealing things, but not to get angry. Not to get angry. Not to get angry. This particular thing is elaborated in Surah An-Nur. We all have been reading it. And where Abu Bakr, the scandal of Aisha, Abu Bakr almost got angry and almost cut the salary or, bonuses of some of his workers. And Allah told him, no. Don't. وَلَا يَعْتَلِ أُولُو الْفَضْلِ مِنْكُمْ. You see, Allah is talking about that in that particular. Even there was a particular time where the Prophet was with the Sahabas, the companions, and someone was pulling at his back, his shirt, the Prophet's own shirt. Someone was a Bedouin man. A Bedouin man was pulling the shirt of the Prophet up to a point where he left a mark on the neck of the Prophet. So sometimes, unconsciously, you become angry. But do you know what the Prophet did? The Prophet just turned, looked at him, and then laughed. And the Prophet, he smiled. He smiled. Even when the Prophet is, times where he may be angry, he smiled to the person. The person pulled his shirt, as I said, to a point he left an asar, a mark on his neck. The Prophet just turned and looked at him and smiled. But if it were to be us, someone may even turn and hit you without even realizing, out of anger. So please, we have to work on it. I and you, I pray that may Allah help us to overcome this disease and to get rid of it from our heart. Okay. Nuwasil, let's continue. Okay, so I have it here. الكلمات الجديدة. We are looking at the new words. The كلمات الجديدة, new words. So we have here اللغة, the language. شهير, famous or popular. المدينة, the city. الطائر, the bird. اليوم, the day. اليوم, the day. كسلان, كسلان, easy. جوعان, hungry. hungry. عطشان, tasty. ملآن, full. غضبان, angry. angry. Let's talk about anger. العصفور, the sparrow, the small bird. اليوم, today. Observe something. There's something here that we need to observe. We have اليوم, how you can see. And then we have اليوم, how you can see. What's the difference between them? This one is having dhamma on the end, and this one is having fatha on the end. Al-yawmu and then al-yawma. The one with the dhamma, al-yawmu, the day. The day something and something happened. But al-yawma, the one with fatha, it means today, just today. So al-yawma is today. Today. You see, today. Today. So for example, Allah says, Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum. Today, I have done this. I mean, Allah is talking about something. Akmaltu lakum dinakum. No. So, al-yawmu, the day. You see, al-yawma, today. Today. Okay. So, this is the first part of the lesson. The lesson is a bit long, so we don't want to make it that extremely long. So we are going to pause here, and then inshallah we'll continue in the second part. As you can see here, there's a second part of the lesson. This is just the first part. They divide it into 2 parts. So this is the end of the first part. We'll continue in the second part, inshallah. So if there's anything, let us know. If there's any confusion or any explanation you need, send an email, and inshallah we'll respond to you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.